Hey everybody, it's William Control and you're watching Rock Forever magazine.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever magazine and I am here right now with William Control. How are you doing today?
I'm alright, how are you?
Very good. You're in Orlando right now. You're on a headlining tour. How's that going so far?
Oh, it's going alright. Considering we're not on a label and have not a lot of promotion.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I mean, there's already a line outside. Doors don't open for a little while, so it's very exciting for you to see you have a lot of followers, a lot of fans.
Yeah, people who are coming are really diehard, so.
Really?
Yeah, it's been really.
Have you had like crazy fan experiences considering that?
No.
No, nothing too wild?
They're pretty respectful.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah.
That's good then. You don't have like fans tearing at your clothes or anything ridiculous like that.
I'm not Justin Bieber, am I?
No, not quite. Not quite Justin Bieber. But no, you do have a lot of diehard fans, but there are also people watching who might not be too familiar with your music yet. So for those people, what is the number one thing you want them to know about you?
Oh, fuck. The number one thing that I want them... I don't know if I want them to know anything.
Why? Just, you want them to go into it not knowing anything?
Yeah. With no expectations.
Huh.
Just check it out.
Any particular reason for that? Just want them to come to their own?
Mainly because I can't think of anything.
Oh, well, never mind then. Never mind. But you do have an album coming out December 3rd, The Neuromancer. And, I mean, I haven't heard the album yet because it's not out yet, so I'm desperate to get a little more information about this. So if you had to come up with a mission statement of just what it is you want to accomplish through your music, specifically on this album, what would it be?
Well, the whole thing about this project that I do, this William Control project, is that every album is a concept record. Mm-hmm. And it started in 2008 with a record called Hate Culture.
Yep.
And it was about a guy who's nihilistic and suicidal and goes to London to have one last night of booze and sex and drugs. The character is so fucked up that he ends up botching his own suicide. And the albums I've released since then have been the subsequent albums have been a continuation of that story. Uh-huh. So with the new album, I decided that I wanted to write a prelude. Oh. So not only did I write the record, but I also wrote a book that goes along with it.
Yeah.
So I think what I want people to get from it is where this character comes from and why he's so nihilistic.
So we kind of just go back in time a little bit from Hate Culture. You're going back a step on this album, which is interesting. Excited to hear that. And you actually answered a couple of my questions in advance here. This book has the same story as the albums, but does the story relate to your real life in any way? Because it's a little crazy, it's a little out there, but does it have any relation to your real life?
No, I mean, there's a lot of parallels within the character, obviously, because I'm the one who wrote it, so I'm drawing off life experience. But I mean, I wouldn't want to be that character. I mean, he's a fuck up, and he's a drug addict, and he can't seem to make anything work, and he's terribly unhappy. He's completely miserable.
Yeah.
And I am not miserable.
That's good. I'm glad. Now, is the book going to be telling the same story as the album? Is that what it's going to be? Because I could tell based on the book title that they seem related, yeah?
Yeah, it's the same story,
So
just put to music.
So what made you want to write a book? Because you're branching out from music here.
Well, I write a lot. I write essays and poetry, and I've done a couple poetry books. I think what made me want to write I didn't really set out to write a book. Mm-hmm. I started writing an outline for the album, and it turned into 10,000 words. And I might as well just keep going.
Yeah, might as well. And this is book 1, so are we going to see a book 2, book 3, book 4?
3 books.
Okay, 3.
Series.
Stop at 3. Don't go to book 4.
It's 3 books in the series.
Okay, so it's going to continue the story, just continue it. So when are we going to you get to read these sequels?
I'm working on the next one, the second one right now. It'll probably be released this spring.
Mm-hmm. And where can people get this book? Because I think it was pre-ordered online, right?
Yeah, WilliamControl.com.
Okay. And now, I heard you say in another interview that your music is quite inspired by escapism. So where do you want your fans to escape to mentally when they listen to your music?
Probably just a better place.
Yeah.
Whether... some people are in a good place and listen to music because they just enjoy it. Some people read books and listen to music because it's a way to escape a shitty circumstance that they might be going through, or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I don't really care where they escape to.
I guess
just
it
as long as
depends.
it's a fun place.
Yeah. Just depends on the circumstances, I guess, of each person individually. And now I saw on your Facebook about a week ago you were filming a new music video, right?
Yep.
Yeah? So can you give us any details on that yet?
I mean, it's a typical music video. I'm singing to the camera, and there's some weird shit happening, and I mean, it's just typical.
I mean, I saw some girls in one of those pictures, so it seems a little out of the ordinary, no? Is there anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's more along the lines of, bondage and latex and...
Not quite your typical music video then.
No.
Maybe in
But
your
with
world of William
Yeah.
Control.
In my world, it's a typical music video.
And one thing fans are quite curious about is a new Aiden album. Are you currently working on that, or what's going on with that right now?
I have nope, not working on it at all.
No?
Not doing anything with Aiden right now.
Is anything going to happen in the future, or
Yeah, I'll probably do one more album with Aiden for sure.
is there any sort of time that you want to get that out? Do you have any idea, or is it just going to happen when it's going to happen?
It's just gonna happen when it happens.
All right, then.
I'm not in a rush. I know people seem to be in a rush. Why are you in a rush? Who cares?
Because we're very enthusiastic.
You're not gonna like it anyway. No one who's a fan of Aiden is gonna like it. They're all just gonna say, well, it's not as good as their other albums. So
Aw.
it doesn't really matter, does it?
You're saying that now, but maybe you'll be surprised. You just never know.
I mean, there's probably a couple people that'll like it, but most of the 500,000 people that have bought an Aiden album, and who knows how many other people downloaded it, probably won't like it because it's not Nightmare Anatomy.
I got you. Well,
Which is a weird thing to be an artist, right? It's
Yeah.
weird to be an artist. Strange to be a musician in particular. Actors don't have to deal with it. Painters don't have to deal with it. It's specifically musicians
Yeah.
that have an album and they put it out and it's promoted really well, and they get picked up by a label, and it's happening at a scene in a time when things are going on, and every album after that is compared to that album,
Yeah.
which is strange because Nightmare Anatomy sucks. That album fucking sucks. It sounds like shit. It was recorded with shitty gear that we had because we were a broke ass band. It was recorded in a shitty studio. It sucks. Everything about it sucks. I got better at songwriting. I got much better gear. I became a way better producer, way better songwriter. And every album I've released since then has been way better. But nothing will ever compare to that album because it came out at someone's time in their life when they were, a goth, or it came out at a time when they got kicked out of the house, and they can just relate to that, and I get that. I understand that. Some of my favorite albums are some albums that I listened to as a kid, and I connected with them in a way. But musician, that's specifically musician oriented, where if you're a painter and you paint, you keep painting, they get better.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, this new one is much better.
Yeah. I guess it's hard when you're a musician and you're trying to evolve, but people just want to hear the same thing over and over again. So, it's complicated, everybody.
So look, you're gonna fucking hate the new Aiden album. So why are you trying to rush me?
Okay, you know what, fans? I think you should prove him wrong. I think everybody's gonna love this album. Maybe, possibly. We'll see. And you're very theatrical on stage. When you're performing as William Control, you're not just going out on stage in a band t-shirt and jeans. You're putting effort into it, which is kind of like a lost art, I think. So why do you put so much effort into that and pay attention to detail the way you do?
Probably because I'm a fan of theater, fan of escapism.
Yeah.
I think that, for some bands it works, obviously,
Yeah.
because they sell a lot of records and draw a lot of people. I don't know why. I've always thought of music as a place to be whoever you wanted to be, and to dress up however you wanted to dress up, and to entertain as you should do as an entertainer. Some people just roll out of their bunk and get on stage and put a beanie. I mean, I don't know. It works for some people. I want to entertain.
Yeah. So who are you inspired by when you go on stage the way you do? What inspires you specifically?
I mean, I'm inspired in a lot. Things that inspire me aren't necessarily what's happening in music today.
No, like Miley Cyrus twerking or anything.
No.
Nope.
You know, I've reached the age where I'm past what's happening in the youth generation. Whereas, 10 years ago, I knew everything that was happening.
Yeah.
And I was on top of it, and I knew what trends, but now I don't give a fuck at all.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's funny you mentioned Miley Cyrus. I had to Google what twerk meant when people started saying.
There's a visual, you Googling twerking.
Well, because everyone is saying twerking this, and I literally had to. Okay, what is twerking? Which makes me feel out of touch, but at the same time, do I really care what twerking is, or even being in a generation that would say something like that?
Yeah.
I don't care really.
Yeah.
I mean, things that inspire me are old. I like old artists who are dead. Really.
Edgar Allan Poe, you did the spoken word poetry. Yeah.
I like Oscar Wilde a lot. I like Elvis Presley. All my heroes are dead. So
maybe another hero will come along one of these days. You never know.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but not only are you sort of indifferent, it sounds, about pop culture, but I read in some interviews that you really just don't like it. Is that true, or is it?
I don't really. I wouldn't say that I simply don't like it. I'm pretty indifferent. I don't waste energy. I'm not going to waste energy hating Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus. Why would I waste my time? I got plenty of things to do to keep me busy. I don't need to waste my time hating. So I'm pretty fucking indifferent to pop culture, and I'm really ignorant, really.
Yeah. And there are a lot of bands out here that they only care about what's trending. And the reason why they're popular is because they're keeping up on what twerking is, you know what I mean? So, you have such an amazing fan base and you're staying relevant. So how do you think you're able to do that without, being so involved with all this pop culture stuff?
Honestly, I have no idea.
No.
I'm not the biggest artist. I know that. I'm not drawing thousands of people every night. But the people that are coming really are fans. And I think that I just don't have enough time to keep up, between writing, driving around the country and flying all over the world and writing. I just don't have time.
Yeah.
Nor do I care. I reached a point where I just stopped caring about things that are happening around me.
Yeah, and you are on this headlining tour right now, but what are your plans for right after this? Do you have anything in the works that fans can look forward to?
Well, I've got a new record coming out. I have, I think we're trying to get some dates set up in Europe, mainland Europe.
Yeah.
And then we're doing another tour here in the States in April.
Okay, very exciting.
Can't say who with.
Not yet, but we'll find out soon?
We'll find
Yes? Okay. And anybody who wants to follow you on Twitter and Facebook and find your music online, where can they go?
William Control.
It's William Control. Google it, find everything, your Twitter and everything, yeah?
He's there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. Has been awesome talking to you. And everybody watching, make sure you check out William Control if you haven't already. And also subscribe to our channel for more interviews, and I'll see you next time. Bye.